Lucid dreaming is among the most spectacular skills you can learn, and for a while, you may even feel like there are no limits to what you can do while practicing it. Lucidity in dreams, however, comes at a price. To receive one thing, you should give away another. And if lucid dreaming is a precious gift, then we surely pay for it with something just as valuable. The first victim of lucidity is the sweet embrace of oblivion. There is an undeniable allure to being someone else. That's why we love books, movies, and video games, because we're focused on someone else for a bit. However, the only way we can truly be someone else is in our nightly dreams, because while dreaming, we forget who we are. For example, not that long ago I was the chief canine hairdresser of a galactic canine empire. It was a position that offered lots of prestige and great job security, by the way. So I was playing tic-tac-toe with a sneaky golden retriever when suddenly there goes the reality check and all my focus is on my hands. And boom! I was lucid. I was completely aware it was all a dream, and suddenly the whole chief canine hairdresser gig demanded too much suspension of disbelief. The thing is, even on a good day, I need a break from being me, and this is what sleep and regular dreaming are good for. You get to be somebody else for a few hours. But now you're doing reality checks all the time and you get lucid in the most inconvenient moments. I go to bed and I keep asking myself, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Well, not anymore. Hardly ever nowadays. I'm as lucid as a meditating Buddha. And why would anyone choose their hands for a reality check? You use them all the time in your dreams. Now you get lucid all the time. Now, I'd like to discuss the second thing lucid dreaming has ruined for me, and this is the relationship with my unconscious mind. That's the modern term for whatever you call the voices in your head. Gods, spirits, unconscious mind, Alice, it's all good. We used to have an arrangement with my unconscious mind, or so I thought. Each night I'd go to bed, sign out from the waking world, and there would be a show for me. Sometimes funny, sometimes dramatic, sometimes scary. At times the show would be completely incomprehensible, but in a very meaningful way. The best part is that I'm part of the show and I don't even know it. Great show, the best in the world. I watched it every night. Then one day, I start getting lucid in my dreams and learn it's an actual thing. So I do what people who can't think for themselves do. I Google it. Turns out, you can talk with your unconscious mind. You can literally talk to the voices in your head. And they talk to you as well. And that's not like it sounds. It's a healthy thing, really. So I started talking to the voices in my head while lucid, and turns out they didn't like it. Not one bit. I could even hear them talking about me right in front of me, by the way, like I wasn't there, so uncivilized. But I heard them say, "Look at him, he thinks he's better than us. I hate it when he pulls that ego crap." I was feeling like an outsider in my own head. It wasn't just what they were saying, but the way they were saying it. They were literally using a British accent that I can't even imitate. I wasn't part of my favorite show anymore. I felt ostracized and shunned by the very voices of my own head. So I did what any beginner lucid dreamer would do. I used a flamethrower on their asses, and I did it while flying. For better or worse, the moment you become lucid in your dream, you are no longer a part of your unconscious, and this has a ton of not so positive implications that I'll make a future video on. But before I get there, let me tell you how lucid dreaming really ruined my life. It was back in the 90s and the first Matrix movie had just come out. The internet was a new thing and we found a book on lucid dreaming online. It was saying how you could do whatever you want in your lucid dreams. No limits. So, like all normal teenage boys, we figured out we could use lucid dreaming, to have sex. There is really no other reason for a teenage boy to try lucid dreaming. What? Self-improvement? Come on. Well, as pure as our intentions were, it turned out we didn't quite think things over. So, you probably know the drill. You do reality checks during boring classes. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? I kept asking myself this during my entire high school chemistry course. I don't know if I was dreaming, but I was hardly awake. In addition, faking meditation was also a big part of trying to get lucid. Focus on my breathing? Like I got nothing better to do, right? So finally I started getting lucid every now and then, but I had so little control over my dreams that sex remained as distant a possibility as it was in my waking life. Until one day I became lucid during a wet dream. So I was doing it with this girl and suddenly I was lucid. And I knew I was dreaming. I realized it was a dream and she was not a person. She was actually a part of me. I was doing it with myself in a way. It was a sort of masturbation. And what started as a passionate, steamy dream suddenly turned into an existential lucid experience for a teenage boy. Up until that point, wet dreams felt like the real thing. They were great, I loved them. And after some significant, well-intended effort on my part, they were completely ruined for me. As Mother Teresa once said, there are more tears shed for answered prayers than for unanswered prayers. Amen to that. Thank you for listening, guys. I tried to have some fun with this video and I intend to keep doing it in the future. It's officially the holiday season now and I wrote a letter to Santa that I want thousands of comments, likes and subscribers. The thing is, YouTube could penalize me for too many elf accounts, so I'd really appreciate your support if you like this video. Santa will surely appreciate it as well. Thanks for listening.